What's up everybody, Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, coming at you with another video. Please give it a thumbing and or liking. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet already done so. That's greatly appreciated. I'm the most compelling game-related YouTuber. I'm also the king of all game-related media. I'm the alternative news source for your gaming-related news and opinion pieces and reviews and previews and all that cool stuff, podcasts and whatnot. I'm a plethora of wealth of information, if you will. On to today's topic, and that is Sony apparently, according to them anyway, have shipped, that is, 40 million PlayStation 4 consoles as of March 2016. They posted their financial results for the fiscal year 2015, and which ended on March 31st. All the numbers for the fiscal year, which means they made money, and I guess that's good for them. According to them, again, I would always wonder the accuracy of these things or whatever. I'm not really sure as far as the vetting or anything like that, but nobody could doubt that the PS4 is doing very well. I think that Sony has done a good job at fear-mongering earlier in the generation. They made it pretty clear that Microsoft was the big evil and they wanted to do DRM and always online and no used games and all this kind of stuff. And Sony came in as the White Knights with the best place to play, and they started the whole resolution nonsense, and and since then that's really paid off well for them, and then they've seemed to have gotten a little bit cocky, and we're going to see where this all heads come E3 when people see that there's going to be a different PlayStation 4 and it's going to make a class war and an arms race. And, I think that people might start to see that little lackluster chink in the armor, if you will, because I think that Sony is getting a little bit too comfortable with leading, you know what I mean? And they probably have a good, 12, 15 million console lead, and I believe that they want to extend that, or by any means necessary. They probably think that that there's a lot of suckers out there that will just buy a console every 2 years if they put it out, you know what I mean? And I think that who knows, there probably is a large contingency that will do that, but at the end of the day, I guess it's good to see a console doing well. Do I personally believe, if somebody's like, hey, crap, do you believe that Sony shipped 40 million PS4s? I would say not a fucking chance, but that's just me. That's just personal opinion. That's, in my humble opinion, there's not a fucking chance in hell that they've shipped 40 million PS4s. But again, like I said earlier, that's just strictly my opinion, and I'm sure you have your own opinion. I'm sure that people will say, but they have investors, they can't lie, etc. But if you look into their past history, they have actually misled investors and things like that before. But I digress. I'm sure that everything they do is on the up and up. I mean, they're Sony after all. I'm sure they don't do anything wrong according to their fan base, and they never would. Pure as the yellow-driven snow, right? Anyway, it's interesting. Do you guys think that, they've sold 40 million? I always kind of ask this. I don't really care. Personally, it's not like a thing where them selling more helps me enjoy the PS4 more, certainly. I mean, them selling 40 million or shipping 40 million hasn't put more games in my console, hasn't made me feel less of an insider with this whole Neo bullshit, of an outsider as you were. You know what I mean? I just think that as far as these things go, hey, congratulations, the console industry's not dead. But it does make you question why there's like the whole iterative idea if this thing's outpacing the PS2. I mean, it's not doing as good as the Wii was, but it's outpacing the PS2. So that's always kind of an interesting thing when you're talking numbers. And, no doubt, I'm not trying to take anything away from Sony. Hats off to them. They've managed to finagle and lie, cheat, steal, whatever they had to do to become number one this generation. Fearmonger, whatever. But at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is, and I think that, the console business is healthy. Hopefully both can continue to do well and battle back and forth, and, that all pays off for us at the end of the day. I'm looking forward to Uncharted, and hopefully there's something else this year, because with, Horizon being delayed, and I'm not interested in The Last Guardian anyway, but there's no real big franchises that they're releasing. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Hats off, Sony, you wacky sons of bitches. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.